What's up, y'all? Coming at you on a beautiful sunny day. My name is Squinty McSquintington because I'm wearing my glasses and I literally can't see right now. But anyway, we're out here. We got some awesome breaking news for you. Well, not breaking. I mean, it came out last night, but there was a issue in Ohio, a vote in Ohio on this thing called Issue 1, which is a direct ballot initiative. And the whole idea behind it was they want to do a direct ballot initiative vote on abortion rights. And before they did that, like, Republicans knew, okay, we're going to lose this because all you need is 50 plus 1. And so they decided, let's try to change the direct ballot initiative where you need at least 60% of the vote in order to win. And so they figure if we get that through, then we'll have a chance of actually winning on the abortion issue, because polls are at like 58% support voting to protect abortion rights in Ohio. Now remember, Ohio is a red state. It went to Trump by 8 points. And so this issue comes up, and the turnout was actually pretty high, which is kind of surprising. It's usually for like a single vote thing like this, it's not all that high. And the results were very, very conclusive. 57% of the Ohio voters said, we think the direct ballot initiative should be, basically 50 plus 1 in order to win on an issue. And so basically it's viewed as sort of like a proxy resounding vote in favor of abortion rights.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So this was sort of a desperate maneuver on the Republicans' part, because this ballot initiative to change the Ohio Constitution to protect reproductive rights is already on the ballot for the next midterm election. So that is happening, and they knew from the polls and they knew from the results they've seen in other states, like, okay, this one is screwed. So maybe what we can do is we can have this August special election and try to change the rules. This, by the way, has been done in other states. This is the new Republican playbook, is they know they can't win in like a head-to-head direct democracy route. So they've been trying to make it more difficult for voters even to get these initiatives on the ballot, and then they're trying to change the rules in terms of what it takes to succeed. So this one resoundingly voted down. The turnout was unbelievable. I have a friend who works on Sherrod Brown's Senate race on his reelect, and so she's been tracking this very closely in Ohio, and she said that in some of the suburban counties, it was like literally presidential levels of turnout.
Wow.
The other thing that you should understand is it truly was a sort of partisan divide in terms of who was on which side of the issue at the elite level. So all of the Republicans were on the side of vote yes. They had, all kinds of billionaire Republican money coming in from out of state and trying to confuse voters about what exactly was going on here. So that was really coded as a Republican side of the issue. All the Democrats were on the other side of that. So you had huge crossover vote of people who voted for Donald Trump and voted for J.D. Vance, and then turned around and said, fuck no, we are not letting you mess with our direct democracy. And I think it came off as, like, it was really clear to voters what Republicans were trying to do here, that it was this desperate attempt, that they were trying to strip voters of their own power to, vote in a democratic way and choose their own fate in terms of policy. And obviously this ties into being yet another bellwether in terms of how potent the abortion issue is.
Yeah,
another
really.
thing that I think you might have covered this too, Kyle, there was an analysis done by 538 of all the special elections that have happened this year. Democrats in each one have outperformed by an average of 10 percentage points.
Yeah, I did cover that.
So whether it was in places that were already blue, places that were super red, places that were close, in each one of these, the Democrats outperformed by about 10 points. And I think they outperformed by even a little bit more than that in this particular election. But, is it a bellwether? Does it mean something for the next election cycle? Impossible to say, but it certainly points in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, I think Trump is still a factor in that too, where people see how insane he is, and now there's like 57 criminal indictments, and they're like, yeah, let's just not go that way. I think like all the moderates and independents and like centrist-y people are like, I don't want that guy. So I think that also plays a role in it. The Republican Party is still tied to Trump. And also, I should point out, I think, what was it, Kansas or Missouri, they had a vote like this too, where people thought, oh, the voters are going to slap down abortion rights, and it's the exact opposite. They were like, no, we actually support abortion rights.
Yeah.
So Republicans definitely overreached. And look, this is just a clear example of, like, they are flat out against direct democracy. Like, I think if anything, we need more direct democracy. I would love to see during every presidential election, people vote on at least 3 specific issues, and I'd love to see that become law. If we had a national vote on should we raise the minimum wage, the numbers would be like 70% would say we should raise the minimum wage. You know what I mean? So I think the people are much better at determining on issues like this because they're not corrupt and they just go with like what intuitively sounds right. So I would like more direct democracy. This was an example of the Republicans being like, no, we want less direct democracy, and we want to try to like force our agenda onto you.
Yeah, we know our shit is unpopular, and we're gonna try to shove it down your throats any way that we possibly can. It's a big problem for them. I mean, listen, on the other side, it's unfortunate that Democrats haven't like actually done anything at the federal level to try to
codify
Roe, and Biden hasn't even like talked about trying to do that. But there's no doubt that this continues to be a devastating issue. The impact of it has not worn off whatsoever. And Ohio is one of the states in the country, if not the state in the country, that has moved the most to the right in the Trump era. So for them to have this kind of rebuke is really quite stunning.
Yeah, they thought they were going to win. Republicans thought they were going to win this. They thought they were going to win by, I saw somebody say, like, I predict a 2-point victory for the yes side, and it wasn't that.
I mean, the polling I saw had the yes side losing, but the polling had also been, it had been all over the map. So they thought the best they might do is eke out a win, just given the partisan lean, but obviously it didn't work out. I just saw on Twitter somebody has been sharing this picture of a dude who's got his car all loaded up with Trump flags, like the big ones flying, whatever. And then he also had a big
vote no on
placard in the window that said vote no on issue 1. So
there you go. Amazing news. Yep.